Darkness separated. Fucking edgy as hell, right? You'd probably cut yourself on that title alone. Now, Falcha, and welcome on in. Now, you've probably already noticed, but my voice is a little bit sore. I took a blow to my throat last night while doing some training, so I sound incredibly rough. In fact, now might be a good time. Hold on a minute, let me just see something, Let's do a little sample of story time. The cats nestle close to their kittens. The lambs have laid down with the sheep. You're cozy and warm in your bed, my dear. Please go to fuck to sleep. So, story time needs to happen, but I need to do it when my throat or my voice isn't like this, and I also need to figure out what story to actually do and go full Irish. Now, following up from yesterday's video where I had a bit of a nostalgia trip over my old favourite weapons, the dual Ikers, some of you mentioned just how damn good your old faithfuls still are. The Chugga Chugga Buzzlocks, the Super Vandal, the Prisma Cleavers, the normal Heck with the Syndicate mod on it for more multi-shot. There was a lot of weapons mentioned in the comment section of that video, and I thought it might be time to break some of them out and kind of review them, because it has been a while since I've reviewed some of those weapons. The Dark Split Sword is an incredible weapon that I have completely overlooked since I first covered it 2 years ago. 2 whole goddamn years, and I've barely touched it since, which is a shame because it is really bloody good and I really enjoy the dual sword playstyle in Warframe, so it is a shame that I have left these weapons until now to properly try them out. Now, the Dark Split Sword I think is one of those Riven weapons for the community, kind of like what the Scoliac was for that slide crit chance Riven. If you got it, then the weapon became absolutely incredible. With the right Dark Split Sword Riven, I think it becomes an absolute beast. But in this footage and right now, I don't have a Riven for it, so you can imagine what it would be like with the perfect Riven. Especially if that Riven has crit chance damage or crit damage or even attack speed on it. Now, the Dark Split Sword is basically 2 weapons in one, depending on what stance you equip on it. On one hand, you can run it as a heavy melee weapon with Tempo Royale equipped or one of the heavy blade stances equipped, or you can use it as a dual wielding sword in a similar way to the Ikers and the Prisma Cleavers and any of our other dual swords in game. You can run it for a crit hybrid build with condition overload, or go all out crit for harder hits. Whichever you prefer to use, whether it's the heavy blade or the dual swords, is entirely up to you. I know when these first got added into the game, we did ask and we were kind of hoping to have the ability to be able to switch from the heavy blade to the dual swords in missions on the fly by hitting your kind of alt fire button, but that never came about. It would have been nice for the dual split sword, because it is unique, to have the kind of function to allow you to do that, especially if it came with its very own stance for a split type of weapon. Now, if you choose to run these as a condition overload setup, then you could maximise that by having other status weapons equipped, of course, as your primary and secondary weapons to get the most out of that condition overload with status procs, or have something on your Sentinel modded for status effects as well. Feck it, you could bring a pox throwing festicles in your enemy's face before smacking them with high amounts of radiation. For me, I prefer the dual sword version, but you do you, okay, you do you. I know, right? Well, someone's go, fine, I'll do me. Mastery rank 5 is what these weapons are. Radiation based, that's the damage type. You can get the blueprint for this weapon in the Tenolab of your clan dojo. It requires you to sacrifice a Nami Skyla, so you need to have that built first in order to spend it to build the Dark Split Swords. And these have the second highest damage model of all dual swords in game, the same crit chance as the Prisma Cleavers and the dual Ikers, just a slightly lower crit multiplier, so it's your choice which one of these you prefer. The Dark Split Swords have a faster attack speed, and like I said, they have a 4-star Riven disposition, which gives them a lot of potential. In fairness, the Dark Split Swords are probably a slight upgrade to the Cleavers and the Ikers, depending on how you would look at it. Now, just like the dual Ikers or dual Ikers, that just sounds like I'm saying liquors, and Cleavers and most dual swords in game, range is going to be the biggest downsides for me personally. Maybe not for you, but it is for me. More range always means that you can hit more enemies, which means a faster room clear, which is exactly what you want in Warframe. So you got to get up close and personal with these, which is fine with some Warframes, but it's not going to be with some of the more fragile ones. But these are a lot of fun, and like I've said in plenty of videos in the past, fun is what gaming is supposed to be about. So if you enjoy these, then fucking go mad run with them. Now, for my build, like I said, I don't have a Riven, but I have got 3 Forma on mine, and I've modded it for a mix of Blood Rush and Condition Overload, but feel free to drop out that Condition Overload if you have a good Riven, or if you want to go full crit, put in maybe more crit multiplier. Now, like I said at the start of the video, it might be worthwhile going over some of the golden oldie weapons, the weapons that used to be incredible but kind of got put to the wayside once newer weapons came out that were more shiny and dealt a little bit more damage. But of course, the golden oldie weapons can still kill absolutely everything in game. They've just kind of been forgotten. So let me know if that's let me know in the comment section if that is something you would like to see. Do me a huge favour, hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, or don't if you didn't. Subscribe for more Warframe, and as always, thanks very much for watching.